Right, well, I'm here in Santa Fe, New Mexico. Luther Kruger, Big Blue Sun Museum, solar cooking, based in Minneapolis. And I'm here with Jed Wubben, who's Wubben?
Wubben, close enough.
Okay, Jed Wubben, and kind of a world traveler right now, or at least
pretty much, yes.
Yeah, road bum like myself, or at least I'm more temporary. Yeah, and been meaning to connect with for a couple of years, but this is the perfect timing because I happen to be in Santa Fe today, and going to talk about just the basics of one of the most basic models of solar cooking. Anyone can do this. Tell us the story behind this. How did you get into solar cooking? And then this one.
Actually, it'd be my father's fault because he had a big, huge one of those condenser solar cookers.
Sure.
And people my age all know that our parents were kind of quasi hippies. So they had all those old books of alternative living and alternative lifestyle and that kind of stuff.
Sure.
So that just kind of bled over, being 80s and all that.
Yep.
And he had this solar cooker and he put it up once. And then he put it away and he said, I don't want anything to happen to this. And he said, and put it away, never saw it again. And then as I got older, he started getting all these boxes because he needed all his medication. And the medication started coming in these boxes. We didn't know what to do with them.
Okay.
So I signed up for this Friends of Solar Cooking, which was a Facebook group. I don't know if you were part of that.
How long ago was that?
It's quite a ways ago. It kind of faded into the sunset.
Okay.
And they started talking about Barb Carr, I think is
Barbara Kerr, yeah,
and how she was putting that together. I was like,
Yes.
This would be neat. This would be anybody's
Sure.
thing. So I started reading about how it could come together, and I learned that there's certain angles that you'd have to have.
Mm-hmm.
And I also realized that you kind of had to have a lot of technical knowledge to do something like this. And I said, well, can we make it simpler? And I said, well, why not? I have all these boxes laying around here. I can go to the dollar store and buy some aluminum foil. Let's get to work on this.
Yeah.
So originally the boxes he had were 14 by 14 by 14. And Walmart used to sell boxes that size, but they don't anymore. So now they sell these boxes, as you can tell on the side here. They're actually 19 by 14 by 17. But you can basically do the same kind of thing with this as you could with my book. Lay it all out real quick. And then I figured out that you could use this little L angle so you could measure it out and figure out exactly where the pot's supposed to sit, all the different angles, so you can set it up real quick.
Yeah.
No big deal. Anybody can do this. There's nothing in it that's sharp. The only thing you gotta be careful of is make sure you wear sunglasses so you don't burn your eyes out, and make sure you wear a hat and stuff so you don't burn. Sun cancer is a real thing.
Yes.
So that's exactly how this came about.
Cool. Well, and just the ultimate in repurposing, recycling, recyclable cardboard, aluminum foil. Would you just like wood paste, regular Elmer's
glue from the dollar store.
Yeah.
Nothing over the top.
There you go. Okay. One of my favorite books, and remind me before I leave, I got it in the car for you. Guy who started a makerspace in Brooklyn called the Madagascar Institute, and it was more to have inner city kids learn the basics of power tools, woodworking. He says, don't buy any new materials to do your stuff. The most common element known to man is called obtainium. You can obtain all of it. Dumpsters, my alley in Minneapolis, I learned welding because we get so many cracked up bikes just tossed in the alley.
Well, they had that place near Colorado called Drop City where they were trying to build the roofs out of car hoods.
Yeah.
And I can't think of the guy who did that. He actually lived around here in Santa Fe for a while.
Wow.
And he built he had these special things that would move the shutters based on the temperature of the sun.
Wow.
And they were building domes, and I can't think of the guy's name.
Zomeworks, Steve Bear. Steve Bear.
Yes.
Yeah. In fact, the Ampersand project, that's why I was there, because the last time I was there 2 years ago, I didn't get a shot of their tracker, where it's the two sides of the frame that hold the solar panels are filled with freon or some phase change gas. Mm-hmm. And then there's just a tube in between, so when the one turns into gas, that gets lighter and it tips, and then when the sun hits the other one more, it goes the other way.
Right.
So basically it finds the sun that way, just through the weight of no electricity and all that. But yeah, Steve Bear, Zomeworks, right. Zomes were the kind of homes. That's got to be him.
That's right, because he was in the Mother Earth News.
Yes.
Was a homemade power book.
Yeah, yeah.
There's a whole section in there.
Yeah. And he has a, what's it called? I'll remember it. It's a parabolic solar cooker that Bear designed. Just basically goes on a post. You could put them in parks. They're perfectly safe as long as they're far enough away. In fact, they really won't have a focal point that will start things on fire. I mean, it's just very well designed to beat parabola and all that. So,
well, that's something to consider when you go camping.
Yes.
Because this won't start a forest fire.
Exactly.
You can put your food in it, go for your hike, go for your whatever, come back, have dinner done.
In fact, someone should market their solar cookers as the Fireban solar cooker.
Or just get one of these.
Yes, just get one of these.
Make 2 or 3 of them if you have to.
Yes, yeah.
Because it's all repurposed stuff.
Yep. When you have more cookers in storage, what other kind of cookers do you have?
I have actually my father's big, huge concentrator one.
Oh, nice. Yes.
And I'm also going to work on building a concentrator one out of a DirecTV solar dish when I get some time.
Nice, yes.
But I haven't had the chance yet because, of course, being a road traveler, it's hard to glue stuff and go through toll bridges and stuff like that.
Yep.
So
it
kind of pulls you away from all that.
Sure.
I wonder if you could do that like they do with like we're talking with that bear guy.
Yeah.
With the gases to make it rotate on its own.
There's got to be a way. Just be a little micro gas tube thing with the tubes.
And just as it heats, it just rolls a little bit. That'd be neat.
Yeah. In fact, if you had like 4 of them, because then the one would be catching up as the weight of the others would keep it spin. Yeah.
See?
There we go. Okay, for the cameras, you heard it here first.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, what am I doing? You heard it here first.
No, actually, I'm throwing it out there because part of the fun thing about solar is it's a group project.
Absolutely.
It's not just me, it's everybody. So we
Yeah.
all throw ideas in and make it something better.
Yeah. I mean, that's perfect. I've done over 100, talked to 100 people, probably 80, 85 interviews. I still have like 15 to edit from my last trip. And every one, there's a surprise, something new. And this is a new one. I hadn't thought of that, you think of that as the big thing because there are these big square tubes filled with freon on both sides and then the tube in between to do the transfer.
Right.
But hey, you know what? Think small. That's all right. That could work.
Yeah, well, what we need to do is do like what they used to do with these big solar meetups and stuff.
Yes.
Because I've noticed that a lot of those have kind of gone by the wayside too.
Yeah.
And I don't know, I mean, with Zoom meetings and stuff, we should be able to be more of that kind of stuff. But
you're in luck.
I don't know.
Because I had this series, and come January, I said, okay, I'm about to retire, but I'm not running out of people to interview, but they're getting fewer and further between, as I get them people I already know. And so I said, well, let's set something up like that. I just called it the Earthwide Solar Cooking Forum. People from India can sign in. People from Amsterdam, the States. And so I did 4 of them. Actually, I think I did 5. But it was basically one key person, and then people could talk about their work and maybe, where it tied in with my guest speakers, and then questions and answers, and then network amongst each other. And my favorite contact was, the guy was Martin Olthoff from the Netherlands, and he had literally stopped deforestation in his tracks in Nepal. A bunch of Bhutanese refugees were kicked out of China and ended up on the other side of the border in Nepal, kind of semi-high up in the mountains, and right away the refugee camp, they start chopping down trees for cooking fuel. So Martin sends like 7,000 SK-14s with these big parabolic cookers up there, and they could cook for 4 or 5 families each in a day, and it's mostly sunny throughout the year. And even in their monsoon season, they have patches of sun, and then they just use rocket stoves to efficiently burn what little wood they need. And I've actually said we got to have a few forums where it's just kind of free for all. Share your new ideas, throw them out there. Be ready for maybe hey, I tried that and it failed, but hey, try this instead.
Right, right.
So it's just,
I see that now on Facebook. There's a guy named his last name's West.
Yeah, Matt West.
Always trying stuff.
Yes. Oh, he's fearless. He is fearless, and he has. We call it solaritis. You may have this condition where you look at something, something thrown away in the alley, or you see it in the dumpster. Can I make a solar cooker out of that? When you're at that mindset, you're deep.
Okay. I'm a little worried there because I was at Habitat for Humanity and they had these big light things.
Sure.
And I'm like, I could get that, but then I couldn't get it in the car. So
Right. Roof rack.
Almost got there. I was driving a different car.
Oh, okay. Sure. Great. Any other cookers in there besides those?
Just those. That's just basically what I'm working at this point. And I use solar energy. The book that I put together was actually completely done on solar energy by charging the battery up. And with on the computer, and that's the way I did that. But
Great.
That's about the extent to so far.
Sure.
We'll get into it more as soon as I get corrupted more by more solar guys.
There you go.
Pull me in. Once you're part of the, once you're in.
That's right.
You can't get out.
Yep. Well, so no, and what's the name of the book? And you can get it online.
It's called cooking with cardboard, because the whole thing is
Sure.
basically cardboard.
Yep.
And it was on. There's a copy of it on Amazon.
Mhm.
But I decided after COVID and stuff, everybody has money bills to pay.
Yeah.
So I put it on this archive.com place, and if you search for it, you can download the whole thing for free.
Okay.
And just enjoy it. Share as many copies as you want. I retain the copyright, but just
Sure.
go ahead and get people involved in this, because they might start with this and then they might
Sure.
go get one of those Sun Pros, or they might go get a satellite dish. They need, this is supposed to be a stepping stone to something better.
Yes, that's great. There are more and more that are doing that. Sharon Clausen has the Copenhagen, and she sells her own that she makes herself, so she can guarantee quality and all that kind of stuff. But she also semi-open sources that, if you want to make a copy, and a bunch of people say, well, I want to be able to cook larger volume, so they're just half again larger, or twice as large. Just the 4 squares that she puts together, same thing, cardboard and aluminum foil.
Well, this will cook like maybe a little bit of beans or a little bit of something.
Yep.
This isn't going to cook a turkey.
No. But scale this up, maybe twice the size?
You should probably cook an oven at that point. Make a solar oven. That might be better
Sure.
than this.
Sure.
This is kind of why they refer to this kind of as a hybrid between the two.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
just get your feet wet with
That's
it.
right.
Try it.
That's right. Slow and low. The chefs say that. The beef is tender. It's almost like Jello because it's cooked at the right temperature for a long time. So
It's great
yeah.
for crock pot recipes.
Exactly.
Is what I was told.
Yep. In fact, cookbook out there, Lorraine Anderson, Slow Cook Solar.
Okay.
And it's a full color, like all the real professional cookbooks. She had a cookbook before, but she said, I know I'm reaching the niche of a niche of a niche, us green thinking people that want to do solar cooking, but she wants to reach the mainstream, people who really like to cook, fine dining, so to speak. And of course, the slow cook movement is out there, where the lower and slower you can cook, the better things taste. Yeah. Well, cool. What's the future? You're
Well, I actually going to play more in wind. I was actually building a wind generator.
cool.
So when I get my off-grid place, that's why we all go to work, to get my
There
off-grid
we go.
place.
Yes.
Maybe I'll put some more books out, work some more on my self-help books, and I actually plan on going back to college so I can get a master's degree so I can teach at a college level.
Nice.
So my plate is full, to say the least.
Sure.
This is going to be, I'm going to focus on computer stuff.
Sure.
So more on that kind of thing. I think I was either going to go to New Mexico here, or I was going to go to Arizona. I hadn't decided which one.
Okay. Sure.
So.
Should be plenty.
But the solar stuff, I think it's really open for anybody.
Yes.
That's kind of where I wanted to go.
Great. Well, thanks so much.